People often say, people don't change. I don't believe that. I don't believe
Neither
that
do
in my
I.
core.
Love evolution.
So we talked, bringing back to Marie and Daniel, so to make that this isn't just this abstract conversation
Yeah.
we're having, but very specific, they talked about values.
Yes.
So here we are, we're meeting, I and thou, you and me, and then it's, what's our values? What's important to us?
Yes.
Right?
And they made space for each other to go off and experience their own things that were important to them separately so that they could come back together and have something to share.
But there's something to be said about also the difference, right? Mm-hmm. And with Marie and Daniel, they talked about how they made space for his music. Yeah. So he used to be in a band before. He activated that again.
Right.
And she corrected herself. It wasn't about her giving permission.
Yeah.
But allowing him to have space and recognizing that when he went away and came back, they connected more.
Yes. I mean, I love the way that the two of them have been able to just make space for each other as they've been evolving in their relationship of really understanding two completely cultural different backgrounds. She said her parents were very, very conservative, older parents, and had a different way of raising her and when she was a child, and his parents were more liberal, or more permissive. She
said they were the parents she wished she had grown
That's
up.
right, which was lovely, because
Yeah.
then she sort of got into that family, although the caveat was that she was, a woman of color, right? So, and they're still navigating that conversation.
And what I loved in meeting them and what you were talking about is then navigating and dealing with things like the patriarchy, right? Mm-hmm. So often with my clients, especially my female clients, they talk about how pervasive the patriarchy is and how almost without awareness we take on things about the patriarchy, right?
Yes.
So I'll have women talk
Lots
to
of
me.
assumptions.
That's almost automatic ingrained. Mm-hmm. So I'll have young women talk to me about, but I need a relationship and I need to have a baby and what about I need to settle down and right? And
because the story of if I don't have a husband, if I don't have a family, I basically don't exist as a woman is a very deeply ingrained story, or that you're gonna just die.
Exactly.
Because you won't be taken care of.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So it's almost like this reflex that's like ingrained, right?
Yeah.
And when I quiz them and we look at it deeply, none of that exists. They're usually 9 times out of 10 strong, independent women who actually, upon reflection,
making a lot of decisions for the for the family.
Yeah. Then they're like, oh, wait a second. Why do I want this so badly?
Right.
Then I gently point out, this is the patriarchy. Look how you're living and breathing it.
Yeah.
Coming back to Marie and Daniel, I think they progressively realized how as a couple they live and breathe the patriarchy.
Yes.
And what we see is this evolution in this couple, right? As they share with us in the episode, their growth, particularly the last 6 months. They kept saying over and over again, we couldn't have done this 6 months ago. There's no way we would have invited you inside, mm-hmm, right? Mm-hmm. So for me, that speaks to evolution, of growth, of moving past what I thought was not possible.
Fixed.
Yes.
Yeah, something that's fixed and finite. People often say, people don't change. I don't believe that. I don't believe that in my core.
You're not struck by the confines of the game. It's, do you want to play checkers or chess? Maybe you want to go play backgammon. Maybe you want to get up and dance. These are a whole different set of considerations, right? Which requires a flip, which actually first requires, going back to Gestalt, understanding where I am. Mm-hmm. Oh shit, I live in the patriarchy.
Yes.
I was ingrained with this growing up.
Not just the patriarchy, also 400 years of oppression of this created sort of racial divide. So there's this is the context we are in, and we're all coming out of sort of deeply ingrained, ignorant. I don't even want to I don't know what I want to say. Basically, asleep. We're kind of waking up to sort of realizing, oh wow, there is a whole other way of liberating ourselves, but there is still a context here that we're within, that we have to work within to build a bridge.
Exactly.